All right, we're now live. This is YouTube. You know this is your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment. Welcome back to another video on my channel, and welcome to another live stream because we're going to be answering some questions, and we're just going to be doing a discussion of what is next for my lighting system. So, as you guys know, today we actually uploaded a unboxing of the Rock Forest 384 lighting controller with 7 of the 8 Rock Par 50s, which are really good. They're really good par cans for the price. I'm just waiting on the Dmx cables that come with, the system. Not really come with it, but, sold separately. But I bought it for it, so... And tomorrow, we'll definitely be doing the unboxing of my lighting stands and testing it all out once we get the Dmx cables. So tomorrow we're gonna get the Dmx cables, and then we'll do the demonstration. That'll be like video 3, video 4 of the video series, all about my new lighting system, going from a beginner setup to a more semi-pro lighting system where we have DMX, we have the par cans. It's going to look good. We'll learn how to program, which will be very easy to program using the board. I'm really excited to start creating some amazing scenes. And we still have the brackets, we still have the mounting screws, we still have the power cables. And what's cool about the cables is you can plug them on. You can plug them into the speaker. Yeah, you can plug them into the lights to. You can plug in the lights, and you can attach them wherever you want, and then of course plug it into the wall, and just have one separate cable. So instead of having 7 or 8 different power cables and power outlets, we'll just use just 2, like an extension cord for one side of the lighting tree, and another one for the other side of the lighting tree. Which is why we have we still have the extension cords from the old PA speakers, the Untitled PA Maxes. That is where those will come in, because I could plug in each side of the pars and have it all plugged into 2 separate outlets. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. I can't wait for all that to happen. But we'll have to get a splitter, a 3-way splitter to plug in one separate outlet. So I have a 4-way power splitter where we have the speakers. So yeah, we definitely need to borrow an orange, since we already have one. Something like this, where it plugs in 3 ways. Just plug one into the light here, the other light here. See, that's how it works. You just plug it in, and it runs off one outlet, which is pretty good, especially for the lighting. And it splits the power. Or maybe even get one of those power conditioners. I could put it on the floor of wherever I'm DJing. It'll be fine for that. I'm really looking forward to that. So be on the lookout for some more videos coming soon on the lighting system, like how to put it together, how to program DMX. All that's going to be separate videos. So we're going to have a whole video series instead of having everything in one particular video, all about my lighting system. So these are just separate videos for my lighting system. And this is all from Rockville, the Rock Forest 384, which is 384 channels. We have the Rock Par 50s, which there's 7 of them, which are supposed to be 8. Yeah, there's supposed to be 8 par cans. The 8th one is getting replaced. We don't know when that's going to come. When that one comes, we'll put it all together, and that's when we'll finish up the video series. Man, my hair is a mess. So I got me some coffee here. So we have the power cables, brackets, the mounting screws, everything that it comes with, except for the eighth par can actually broke because it got damaged in shipment. As you guys know, it was damaged in shipment. So they're going to give me a replacement one, which we contacted Rockville to send me another one. They're going to send me a new one. My dad took care of that business, and he's going to get he actually took pictures of the broken par can, so they're going to replace it for absolutely. I guess they're going to replace it for free. I don't know what the deal is. If we had to pay for it, if we had to, if it's for free, I don't know what it is. So tomorrow we have an awesome video planned for you guys, and that is the unboxing of the lighting trees. And we're going to show you guys how we're going to use them with my DJ setup. If we have to retire the Ultimate Support TS100B hydraulic speaker stands, and maybe just use the RV, I don't know. So I can't remember the name of the. Yeah, I can't remember the name. I'm going to Rockville. I know you guys can see it, but it's hard for me to share a screen once I've gone live. But I'm just going to describe it and try to remember what the name of the lighting stand is. It's an RV LS1. Yeah, that's what it is. RV LS1 speaker stand, or lighting stand, speakers. Lighting stand, speaker stand, all in one. It's very versatile, which means I could put a speaker on there. I could put my JBL Eon 612s on there. I could put my lighting on there. And of course, we can actually retire the ProRec 360-degree speaker stand scrims, and we'll have to use those Velcro ties to tie up the speaker cables and the lighting cables to one tree. So I got plenty of zip ties. Yeah, I got a lot of Velcro ties that I can use to mount some of the cables from the speakers to the speaker stands, and the RV LS1 lighting trees. I mean, I could use it alongside the Ultimate Support TS100Bs, but what's the point? See, the RV LS1 is very versatile, and I did see a video on YouTube. If you want to check it out, just type in RV LS1 into the search bar here on YouTube, and you can look at their Rockville audio demonstration. The guys from at Rockville do a really good job explaining their own products. So what we're going to do, in that video, they talk about how you can use that as speaker stands, you can use it as a lighting stand all in one, like have your lights on the bottom, have your speaker stands on the top. So I don't even have to use the T-bar, if I don't want to, especially with those par cans. There's 4 on, it's going to be 4 on each side, and that is a total of 8 par cans, plus use them as speaker stands for the JBL Eon 612 PA speakers. And it's really going to save a lot of space in my DJ setup. It's going to look very compact. It's going to look very convenient. It's going to be very manageable, especially when I go to my first ever wedding on May 23rd, which I'm looking forward to. Wow. Man, so yeah, I got me some coffee here, just sitting in here talking to you guys about what's next for the series. Let's say the next video is the unboxing of the RV LS1 speaker stands, lighting stand, all-in-one lighting stand, and of course, we also have the like how to DM. Like we're gonna do like a setup tour with the speakers with the stands. Yeah, we're actually not going to be using the Ultimate Support TS100 Bs. We're going to be using the RVLS1s and see if I can use it with my speakers and my lighting together. Like we're going to do like a first look. We're going to do a test. We're going to do, we're going to do a lot of these great lighting videos. And this really keeps me busy and keeps my, channel growing until I get back to work, when I get back to doing these weddings on starting May 23rd, which I'm looking forward to. I mean, we got like a month or two of doing these boring non-DJ gig log related videos. And it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be very exciting to do these videos together and learn. We're gonna learn on the side here. Okay, the first one is the unboxing of the lighting stands, putting it together, doing our first test, first look, tour for March of 2021. And of course, we get the DMX cables. We'll hook it all in together, which we probably won't do the tour or the first test until we get the DMX cables. So we're going to have two 25-foot of DMX cables, as well as 5-foot cords for in between. So we definitely need to. Okay, so here are the things that we need to do before the first test and the look at what my setup looks like with the lights. We're gonna wait for the 8th par can. Yeah, we're gonna wait for the replacement par can that got damaged in shipping. And we're gonna wait for the DMX cables. We're gonna wait to unbox the lighting stands and all that stuff. Once we get everything we ordered, we're gonna put it all together and do a DJ setup tour from March 2021. So March 2021's DJ setup tour is going to be showing off what my DJ setup looks like with my new lighting system. We might have to push the Pro X case to, further to the right side of the case, maybe the left side of the case. Oh, on the right side of the case is the DMX controller. And on the left side of the table, it's going to be my Pro X XS DJ SR2 flight case. And we got pretty much everything we need. We got the par cans, we got the DMX controller. All we need is the lighting stands put together and unboxed, and of course the DMX cables, which are all from Rockville. So we got two 25-foot. One of the 25-foot is going to go from one of the lighting. One's going to go from one par can into the DMX controller. And then the other is going to go from one lighting, from one par can to the next par can, basically from one lighting tree to the next. So we can all sync them up together. And then the rest are going to be using the 5-foot cords in between. So yeah, we only got like two 25-foot cords. So be on the lookout for that in the near future. So if there's anything you want to tell me, you can put it in the live chat. As long as it has to do with lighting, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about lighting. And let me tell you, this is going to make my lighting system more advanced than what I had a year ago with the Matto par cans, with the remote and the all-in-one system, the ADJ LTSX light bar with the Matto par cans. That system got used quite a lot in the last year. And that's one of the pieces of a DJ equipment that I refuse getting is the Matto par cans, because they only lasted like a year until one of them actually broke on me, the power cable. See, if the at least with these power cables, these IEC cords, you don't have to worry about them breaking or anything. The Matto ones broke because they were cheap quality power cables. But they were enough to get me by until we started getting back to work again and started getting everything we needed. See, I wanted to get something like this, like DMXing together, but never gotten around to because of the virus. And I just watch what I spend my money on. As you know, we haven't been able to work in such a long time, especially today, because it's pretty much our slow season. We're just getting back into the wedding season. Yeah, we're just getting back into wedding season after a very challenging year this year. And my first wedding my first ever wedding went really well back in October of this past year, 2020. And then November came around. I did a travel gig. So I did a whole bunch of gigs, as you guys know, since the virus hit. So that is the Daddy Daughter Dance Onwards, which is 4th of July, church gigs like the fall kickoff, helping out the Beach Church Youth Ministry, playing music from Spotify, and also doing my first ever wedding, my first ever travel gig at Dominion Church in Darlington, South Carolina, which went really well. That was on November 20th, 2020. And then after that came, I guess, New Year's Eve. So let me grab my phone here. I'm going to go under my playlists. So if there's anything you want to let me know, or if there's anything you want to tell me, you can put in the live chat, whether it's down here or on the side or wherever it happens to be. You can send me a question or anything like that. And I actually want to thank you all for letting me, be able to hit 380 subscribers. So thank you all who subscribed, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a brand new video. See, that's why some of you miss my videos, because you're not hitting the notification bell. So make sure you ring my notification bell and so you can get notified when I upload a brand new video or when I go live. And I'm actually testing out Microsoft Edge on Mac OS. So that's what also we're doing. So this video got 44 views in the last 7 hours. So that's really good, especially for a video that was just uploaded today. So I'm going to go down to my last video, gig logs, and here we are. So ever since the virus hit, I've been doing 4th of July. Yeah, I did a 4th of July gig at Crazy Sam's Fireworks, got my family out with a very busy season. I did a few Beach Church Youth gigs. I did the fall kickoff for 2020. I did my first wedding. I did the Beach Church Youth lock-in. I did New Year's Eve. Then the Jones Family Get-Together, which is our last hoorah. Before everyone goes back to work, goes back to school, gets back to normal. And of course, my cousin Matthew's 9th birthday, which we did late in January, early February. I mean, we did a really good job with our gigs during COVID, even though we weren't getting as many. It was just local type of events, like private owned events. Like we were going back to my roots before I did weddings, before I did anything like that. But at least we did my first wedding. I did more church gigs than ever before during COVID because churches, I guess, they can make it. They have their own rules, especially when it comes to the guidelines, the safety guidelines. And it was only like a small get together for Dominion Church. Same thing with Beach Church Youth. There wasn't that many people there, but we had a good, decent amount of kids to be there and just have fun and have a good time. And just let you know, the camera I used to record that unboxing video, it's this one right here, the JVC Avero GZE 306 full HD camcorder. And let me tell you, with this being an 8-year-old video camera, it still works perfectly. It records on an SD card. As you can see here, it works off of an SD card. And it's a 16 gig SD card. If I can get the SD card out. So I got a JVC Avero GZE 306. This is my camcorder. Man. So this is my camcorder. We'll have to get a new one very soon that I can use with this tripod here. This is a flexible tripod. This is what I use to get my wide angle, my down angle shot of my package. I always make sure this thing is adjusted properly to where I need it to be. So that's how I created such an awesome video. A lot of my YouTube videos have been recorded with this camera over the last couple of years. Like, we went from this phone, which is getting ready to be upgraded at the end of the year, because I've had this phone for close to 3 years now. This is where I used to record all my gig logs, this iPhone 10. And it's got a really good video. It's got a good video quality and sound quality, as you can see here. This here's my camcorder, which is my full HD 1080p video camera from JVC. It's a JVC Avero GZE 306. And this is what I used to record that unboxing video of my new lighting system. And it actually turned out really nice. And it was nice. It was nice and clear. You can actually hear my voice compared to using the iPhone. But the iPhone is really good for gig logs. So this is my camcorder. Come on. Yeah, I'll have to get a new video camera because the SD card slot is... the SD card, it gets stuck in here. I think I'm looking at like a Sony camera or something like that. I don't know what's going on with this SD card. I feel like it's going to break the SD card before I even get to use it again. So the SD card reader, it still works, but it gets jammed. And I'm using a SanDisk 16 gigabyte SD card. What do you think of the Chave Wash FX 2s? Based on what I've seen in other DJs' gig logs, they're okay. They're not really for me because of the price and everything. So I'm sticking with my Rockville Rock Par 50s with the Rock Force 384 Dmx controller, the RV LS1 stands, which can be used as speaker stands / lighting stands, like an all-in-one stand. Put everything, like have everything self-contained. And also the Dmx cables, which actually help with connectivity. So I like them. They're an okay lighting. Yeah, they're really good for wash light. But if you want something very cheap and inexpensive, the Rock Par 50s with the Rock Force 384, and it's all for $500, especially during this pandemic. That's a really good lighting system to get during the global pandemic we've been in for the last year or so. I can't believe it's been a year since the virus hit. And ever since then, people have been buying things that are cheap and expensive just to save money, and just until we get back to work. So I bought the Rock Par 50s. Everything like that was like $500. So the lighting stands, the Dmx controller, and the par cans were all $500. It was like a lighting package from Rockville. And it was a lot cheaper than getting the Chave Gig Bar 2 and the Chave Gig Bar Move. The Chave Gig Bar Move was $800, which is too much. It was too expensive for me. And also the Chave Gig Bar 2, it's like around the same price, like $500. It's insane. $420. It's not too bad for the Rock Par 50s pack of 8 with the Rock Force 384 DMX controller, the stands, all together in one package. And on Amazon, that's actually called a bundle. So they bundle up together with the par cans, the DMX controller, and the stands for $420. It's not too bad. They're really good for the price. Which means I finally get a chance to get into DMX for the very first time ever. And do it the old school way, the way I was meant to do it. The way I've been doing it for the last 2 to 3 years at my church. Because at my church, we use. So at my church, when I used to run the lights, it was a computer-based system, but it was a physical controller, and that's what I've been used to. I've been using the physical controller for the last couple of years, and I've grown accustomed to the DMX controller rather than just using the computer or a tablet or whatever it happens to be. I've just grown accustomed to that over the last year or two, helping out my church. We had a computer-based controller that worked with software, and everything was virtually labeled. And we had a whole bunch of par cans on the stage, and it was all labeled, and it was so easy for me. But this is going to be easier. It's more of a beginner DMX system, getting into DMX for the very first time. Learning how to use the Rockville controller and sync them all together with the same controller with DMX cables. And the last thing we'll have to do before we do the first look and the test is the 8th par can. We don't know when that's going to come. See, that was supposed to be a replacement because the other one got damaged in shipment. So we have 7 of the 8 par cans. So we're waiting on the 8th par can along with our DMX cables. Once we have all that, we'll be good to go. So once we have the DMX cables and the replacement par, everything should be good to go. We'll be able to do the test. We'll do the first look. We'll do the demo. We'll do a DJ setup tour of my own setup for March 2021. And it's going to look good. We're going to see how this will actually work. Especially using a 25-foot cord, like a 25-foot DMX cord. I mean, it shouldn't be that far away. Like, from one side of the table to the next, that's like 5 or 6 foot. But it's always good to have a 25-foot cord to go from one lighting tree to the next and sync them all together without having to use, because I know we got to go from one end of the lighting tree to the next lighting tree, which is on the other side of the table. So a 25-foot cord is really good to go from one lighting tree to the next lighting tree and sync those up together so they can all work in harmony and work seamlessly with the Rock Force 384 controller. And I'll definitely have to start programming my scenes for the wedding, like have a blue light for the slow dance, have a more upbeat chase. How are we going to power all the lights? I'm actually going to show you. See, on each of these par cans, there's actually an input to where you can daisy chain each of the pars and just use 2 separate power cords from one end to the next. So that is to go from one par can to the next and power them all up. And of course, that will go from one par to the next and have it all plugged in with our DMX in and out. So these are the Rock Par 50s. These are really nice lightweight par cans. This is a nice high quality plastic, which is not like the it's basically the same plastic as on the U-King battery powered par can. So there's an in and an out. So which means I can power up the par can using the other par can. So we're basically daisy chaining them. So yeah, that's how we're going to power them up. And then just have the cable that is not being used and plug into the wall. That's how we're going to do it. Like link them all together. And of course, the DMX cable will go from one par can to the next. Like we're going to go from in, out, in, out, in, out to, and of course, we're going to have it on the same DMX channel and it should be good to go. And link them all together using the DMX signal that is in the par can here. Even though it may not say DMX, but there's different modes you can choose to go into Dmx mode to control it with the Dmx controller. I'm really looking forward to it. So there's actually an outlet on each of the par cans to link them all up together and just have a daisy chain to daisy chain each of the par cans. As you can see here, there's an outlet on each of the par cans, and that's to help daisy chain the entire lighting system and link them all together. So yeah, each of the par cans has a power outlet, and they're all going to be daisy chained with 2 separate power cords. And that is where my old extension cords from the Untitled PA Maxes will come into play. It's a good thing I didn't toss out those extension cords because I would need them for the lighting. And then use one of these splitters, something like this, to where you can plug in 3 separate sources into one cord. And of course, we'll have to get another. I guess it's just better for me to get a power conditioner, like one of those power strip power conditioners, and then plug everything into one extension cord, especially the 100-foot extension cord, going from one into the next. See, I actually had to use the 100-foot extension cord at my last wedding because we had to go from my DJ setup to the outlet that was inside the barn. And that was it was a long ways away. So the 100-foot extension cord really comes in handy for longer distances. So that's what we might do. Especially with the lighting stand. Each lighting tree is going to be plugged into one extension cord and daisy chain them together. I don't know if that'll actually work or not. Especially this right here. This is the outlet that will plug one par into the next. I don't know if that works or not. It probably will. Because I've never really had to use something like this before, especially one that has a outlet on this side of the par. And of course, at the end of the lighting tree, we'll take that cord and plug it into the wall. So I guess that helps with the pars and saves a lot of outlets, as you can see here. So that's to go from one par to the next. And you can go from in, out, in, out, in, out, and daisy chain them together with DMX. I mean, it's a nice weight par can. Just put on the lighting tree. It's going to look really nice. And just shine them wherever they need to be. And I kind of like how there's, this many LEDs. So these are the Rock Par 50s, as you can see from Rockville. And that's how we're going to power it up. So I hope that answers your question, DJ Sam. Hope that answers your question of how we're going to power up the par cans. Is by we're going to daisy chain each and every par can except for the ones on the edge. Like the one on this side would go into that par can, and of course the last one will go into the outlet to power it all up together using an extension cord. And those extension cords will go into a three-way power splitter, like a three-way power splitter that you would use with an extension cord to plug in Christmas lights and stuff like that, where it has 3 outlets, 2 on the side and 1 on the front. And that's what we'll plug in this, and we can plug in my DJ setup all in one extension cord, especially the 100-foot extension cord to plug everything into and power everything together. So used to, I would plug in each of the par cans into a surge protector, and of course that surge protector was supposed to go into the 4-way power splitter that was, underneath my table. But now that we don't have much room to work with, it's always good to get one of those. And to borrow, let me see here. I'm going to unplug everything real quick so I can show you something like this to plug into the extension cord, my 100-foot extension cord, and of course plug my 2 lights in here, and of course my DJ system into here. So 2 on each side for the lighting. On the front here is for my DJ setup, which is my DMX controller, my SR2, my laptop, my microphones. Pretty much everything that's on the table will go into that surge protector. And of course my speakers. Everything that's plugged in that 4-way power splitter, like my speakers. Yeah, I'll plug in my speakers, my SR2, my computer. Pretty much everything that's connected to that 4-way power splitter will be plugged in with one of these little splitters. Since we don't really have time to go out and get a power conditioner and then plug that power conditioner into the extension cord that we use for long distances, which we'll probably get for Christmas or sometime next year. So we're working on getting this lighting system together. So I'm excited to use this. And another thing I need to work on. What is the first event that you will use your new lights at? It's a wedding on May 23rd. So I'll be able to use these at my first ever event of 2020. Actually, my second ever. Actually, it's my 4th ever event of 2021. And that is my first ever wedding of 2021. So it's my first 2021 wedding that I'll be able to use this at. So it's actually a wedding. So I got until May 23rd to program my Dmx controller, like the scenes, especially for the first dance, as husband and wife, the slow dance, the more upbeat, the upbeat music, and create different chases, different scenes based on the type of, the different parts of the wedding. So I'll be able to use this at reception. Yeah, I'm going to be using this at reception on May 23rd for a friend of mine who I'm DJing a wedding for. So I'll be able to use these May 23rd. So we got another month or two to troubleshoot any of the problems that we're having with the pars, which so far so good. We haven't gotten everything yet, like the DMX cables, the replacement par can for the 8th one instead of the we got to get the 8th par can replaced. We're gonna get the DMX cables. Before you know it, we're gonna set the lighting system, and it's all gonna be good to go. We're gonna see if all this works. And then when we do the setup tour, we'll set up my controller, my speakers, and really show off what my setup looks like with these new par cans. See, the U-King par can we can use for smaller gigs, like birthday parties, holiday parties, whatever. Whenever I bring a smaller system, like a smaller setup, I can just bring the, U-King battery powered park can and just use these for bigger events like weddings and school dances. Speaking of school dances, I would love to get back to those. I mean, who knows when we're going to get back to these school gigs and get back to these school events. I kind of miss doing those. Especially the daddy-daughter dance. That was one of my most favorite gigs I've ever done, is the daddy-daughter dance. Because, it was my first ever formal event where I got to dress up and have a good time. And then the wedding was my second ever formal event. So it's going to be awesome using these park cans at my first ever wedding of 2021. So yeah, that's my first event. I'll be using these new lights, is a wedding. And the wedding I'll be doing is like 20, 30 minutes from the house, in Aner. So we don't really have that far to go, like 20, 30 minutes from the house at a place called the Blessed Barn. Let me see if I can find a picture of the Blessed Barn so I can show you what it looks like. The Xiaomi Watch FX2s are great. I know. All right, so DJ Mikey Mike, what's up, man? The Xiaomi Watch FX2s are great. I bet they are. But for someone like me who's trying to save money until I get back to work, the Rock Par 50s, the Dmx controller, the Rock Force 384, the RV LS1 stands, all put together, it's a good money saver to get everything I need for DMXing for for the time being. Not much money hanging out here. Yeah. So for Damien Cross, I'm actually going to show you guys what the wedding venue looks like. So I'm drinking my coffee here that I got from Dunkin' Donuts. Really good. You got a great deal. I did. We got 8 park cans, a DMX controller, and stands for $420. That's not too bad for Rockville. And plus, that was supposed to be like thousands and thousands of dollars. With the controller, the park cans, and the stands, it was like thousands of dollars. But now I guess they crossed that off, and now it's $420.95 or $419.95. So I'm going to go to the Blessed Barns page, Blessed Barn. I see how far it is from the from the venue from my house. Okay, so from my house to the venue, come on, I gotta connect to Wi-Fi on this phone here. So this is one thing I'm getting for Christmas this year, a brand new phone, because this phone's coming up on 3 years. This phone has seen the beginning of my career, my DJing career. You can't beat that. Honestly, they will do a good, yeah, they will. They will. So I'm going to go to directions to the Blessed Barn. It's hard to tell. But I'm going to show you the Blessed Barn and show you what it looks like in full. Let me see if I can brighten down my screen so you guys can see it in full without it being distorted and everything. Here's what it looks like. This is called the Blessed Barn. And that is the first venue I'll be DJing at to start of the 2021 wedding season. But we don't really know if we're going to be inside or outside. I'll have to talk to my friend Brandon when I do a Zoom call. We'll see if it's going to be inside or outside, depending on wherever I'm setting up at to do the dancing. Because there's some couples who go to that venue and they have their dancing inside and some have outside. It is very beautiful. It's a rustic country vibe to it. And because of the look of it, the bride and the groom actually want country music. So I'm going to be playing country music almost the entire night, if you know what I mean. So I got a good old country accent because I live here in the good old South. So yeah, I'm a Southern redneck. So since it is a rustic feel, since it's a rustic look, they actually want country music just to fit within the vibe of the venue. But we don't really know where we're setting up to dance, whether it's inside or outside. But it's hard to tell where we're setting up at. But I guess we'll know when the time comes. Watermelon Crawl, love that song. I don't know that song. I don't really know Watermelon Crawl. I don't really. I never heard that song before. I mean, I know some of the older stuff. I know some of the newer stuff from. Yeah, I know some of the newer stuff, the older stuff, but I don't know that song. I'll have to look it up and see what it sounds like, but I'm not going to play it on my YouTube channel because I don't want my channel getting taken down. But yeah, they actually want country music, so country music is what they're going to get. We're going to go from new school country, old school country. I think we're going to start with old school country and go to the new school country. I can't wait to start doing that. So, what else? And for my friend Abby Skipper, we don't really know, what she wants, what venue she wants to be DJing, want me to be DJing at. So my friend Allie, who was getting married on May 29th, we don't really know the time, don't know the venue. I mean, I'll have to talk to, Allie. I'll have to message her when I get off the video and, talk about her wedding and, what she has planned for the wedding, where they're going to have it, what time they want me to be there. And, we'll talk all that stuff at greater detail. See, it's not until the end of May, so we got plenty of time. And for my friend Brendan's wedding, it's going to be at the Blessed Barn, and it's a rustic it's a rustic look. And because of that, they want country music just to fit within the vibe, whatever fits within the theme of the venue, which is rustic, old. I mean, I would be playing a lot of Darius Rucker. I'm going to be playing a lot of bluegrass. We'll be playing some Ricky Skaggs. We're going to be playing some Joe Diffie. We're going to be playing some George Strait, George Jones. We're going to be playing all kinds of good stuff based on what I have on here. See, this is the only place where I keep my music, my Lacey hard drive. Tracy sings it. Okay. I'll look it up on Apple Music and just get a little taste of it, of what it looks like. Watermelon Crawl. Let me see if it's on. Let me see if it's in BPM Supreme. It's not. It's country. It's a country line dance. Okay. Yeah. But I don't think I'm gonna be playing that because I don't see. It's not in there. Watermelon Crawl. It's not in BPM Supreme. So, I mean, what I was listening to it in was Apple Music, right down here. So, I actually, this is what I replaced Tidal with, Apple Music. So, no more streaming music for me when it comes to DJing. So, yeah, when it comes to DJing, no more streaming music services. Music streaming services only for listening to music on my phone while I'm in the car. I know you will like it. Yeah. So yeah, based on one of my previous videos, Let me see what it's called. Can't remember. And let me see if I can find it here. Oh, here we go. It's called What's Next for Me as a DJ and How I'm Going to Get My Music. And that is basically me switching over to record pulls, digital downloads, CD rips, vinyl recordings, tape recordings from my cassette tapes. I mean, I'll have to find it on CD somewhere and, maybe find it at Walmart or whatever. When I go to Walmart, I can try to find that. I can find that Tracy Boyd CD and rip it to my computer and see if it has that song on it. As you can see, it's 2021 and I'm still using CDs to rip some of my music from. I mean, I have a whole bunch of CDs in my collection, so I have hundreds and hundreds of CDs in my collection. I did this great CD ripping project of 2019 that summer in 2019. And I just finished up in 2020. But I keep adding new CDs, that I buy. And that's where most of my music come from. CDs, vinyl, cassette tapes, and also my record pull and iTunes. Maybe if I wanted that song, I guess I'd go to my iTunes store and, download it and put it into my record pull, into my DJ software, and it'll be good. So go to the iTunes store because I know it's going to be in there. Watermelon Crawl. It's actually in there. $1.29 for the song. Oh man, that song fits within the rustic feel. Oh yeah. 1994? That's the same year I was born. I will get it. I'll actually get it. I will get it. That song is as old as I am. I was born in 1994. I was born in April of 94. So that song was really popular when I was born. Back in 1994. Wow. Now I feel old. Man, I feel old. I can't believe how old I feel with that song being popular when I was born, along with the album Third Rock from the Sun by Joe Diffie. I was 28 then. Yep, I wasn't even born yet. I wasn't born until April of 94. Let me see when it actually came out. Watermelon Crawl. And see when it actually came out. Maybe that's just from a 1994 album No Ordinary Man. That album came out June 7th, 1994. So let's see how old I was. April, May, June. About 2 months old, 2 or 3 months old when that album was released, when No Ordinary Man came out, when that song was released. Man, I feel old. I was just a couple of months old. It's insane. Hey Siri, what is the release date of, let's see. Oh, the name of the album is called Third Rock from the Sun. Hey Siri, what is the release date of Third Rock from the Sun by Joe Diffie?
Third Rock from the Sun by Joe Diffie was released on the 4th of July, 1994.
Whoo! Independence Day, 1994. Third Rock from the Sun, Joe Diffie. And may he rest in peace. He was a good country singer. They said he had COVID, but I doubt that. He had other health issues. He was old. He was old. Joe Diffie, cause of death. Joe Diffie's COVID-19 death twisted by conspiracy theorists. Ah. Third Rock from the Sun. Joe Diffie. We actually want the album and see when that was released. Because I actually bought that off of iTunes when he died. July 26th, 1994. I was 3 months old. Exactly 3 months old. April, May, June, July. I was 3 months old exactly. Because I actually turned 3 months old that day. I wish I had my PC open with my library up. I'll give you a bunch more country tunes. I love country even though I'm a Yankee. Yeah, here in South Carolina, we despise Yankees, especially when they come down here for a vacation. Yeah, because they kind of clog up our roads and stuff, and which we're not going to get into that. See, I'm a good old country boy from good old South Kakalaki, South Carolina. But yeah, I'm from Northeast PA. Okay, PA's really good. We actually been to Pittsburgh before. Me and my family, we've been to Pittsburgh, and they have some really good, salads. A Pittsburgh salad. That's what we call it down here in South Carolina, since we're not from Pittsburgh. So they have really good salads in Pittsburgh. And we have actually have the Pittsburgh Penguins on my wall here in the man cave, along with Chicago Blackhawks, who represent DJ Apocalypse. And other than that, it's just movies and TV shows and stuff like that. And of course, I have a huge poster of one of my most favorite pop stars, Michael Jackson. You have to look up Jimmy. All right. I guess I will. Let me see if he's on Apple Music. Let me see if he's on Apple Music. Jimmy. Okay. Let's see here. He's a DJ down in your area. All right. Let me see here. Profile. No, that's not it. What am I doing? Check out my Facebook page. He's a very good friend of mine. Okay. DJ Mikey Mike. Community. Yeah, you're from, okay. Posts. I'm actually on your page right now. And I don't know where to go to find them. Content is no longer available. The content you requested cannot be displayed right now. Maybe temporarily unavailable. The link you clicked on have expired, or permission to view the page. That's on the community. I think the easiest way is to go to the actual Facebook app. But if you want to check me out, my public page is Cool Thing Entertainment for checking out, pictures and stuff of my gigs. DJ Mikey Mike, community. Okay, so it's working better on my iOS app than on the web page. Related pages. Yes, look up DJ Diploma Entertainment. Okay, I guess I'll look that up. Jimmy Diploma Entertainment. Entertainment. Okay. Okay, so not really. He's not really from my area, because I'm from South Carolina. He's from North Carolina. He's from Reidsville, North Carolina. So he's not technically in my area. I mean, I'm talking about in Myrtle Beach, Conway, Horry County. So he's not technically in my area. He's from Reidsville, North Carolina. He probably does just North Carolina. Wow. We offer DJ services for any venue size, from small gatherings to auditoriums, parties, reunions, weddings, dances, corporate events, fundraisers, more. We offer various DJ packages starting as low as $250, which is what I pay mostly as my high price for my weddings. $700 and up for weddings. Yeah, I don't really pay for that much. Since I'm just a beginner company, I'm just a smaller company. It's not bad for a beginner company. Only 3 years in business. That's when I really started my DJ business in 2018, when I started to DJ, parties and stuff, and started getting paid. I guess for me, it's per hour. Okay. Yeah, he's from North Carolina, and I'm from South Carolina, so it's one state up, so it's pretty good. Send him a friend request. He will help you out a ton. Okay. I think I'm just going to follow his page. I'm just going to put a like on his page. Yeah, and I'm now following his page. And okay, contact Rockville. They should replace it. I already did. So for Peter A. Leon, he said contact Rockville. They should replace it. They replace a speaker. I both that came to me broken. Cool. He's a great guy. I bet he is. I mean, if I'm over in North Carolina, I'll see if he wants to hang out and talk DJ stuff. DJ Cool Thing and DJ Jimmy Diploma. If I'm ever in North Carolina, which rarely happens because of the virus, we're not going anywhere. Another DJ we should discuss is DJ. I'm actually going to show you the one that did one of our Joy Proms. But if you actually want a North Carolina DJ, make sure you check out DJ Heck Yeah, which I'm actually going to spell it out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. He will probably hang out. He travels up and down the East Coast, I bet. Here's a DJ you should definitely check out. He is an awesome, awesome DJ. He's also a good friend of mine from Joy Prom, which is a prom that my church has with those with special needs. Oh, yeah. DJ Heck Yeah. He's actually from North Carolina as well. He comes to Myrtle Beach every so often to do our Joy Prom. But ever since then, I can't remember our last Joy Prom. Let me see here. Because I know I have it on my Facebook somewhere or on my Instagram somewhere, my personal Instagram for my friends and family. It's just a lot of pictures here. Oh, yeah, he'll probably hang out. He travels up and down the East Coast. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. If he ever comes to Myrtle Beach, we can hang out. We can meet up somewhere, get coffee, and we can just, talk about DJ related stuff and just hang out, become friends. But he's probably too busy to hang out because he's doing gig after gig. How do you spell his name? It's DJ Hekyeh. DJ Heck Yeah. He's a good buddy of mine who I've met 5 years ago, 6 years ago. That's when I first met him at our Joy Prom 5 or 6 years ago. At Beach Church, because he came to Beach Church for our Joy Prom, which is a prom for those with special needs, someone like me who has autism and other types of disabilities. He comes. He actually has one. He actually is a turntablist. He actually has a turntable, and he is a very amazing DJ. You can check him out on YouTube. You can check him out on Instagram. And tell him DJ Cool Thing sent ya. But he's a really good DJ. He's a good buddy of mine. But let me see if I can find, pictures of Joy Prom 2018. That's probably what it was. Joy Prom 2018. So we must go way back, way back. So it must have been 2018. And so yeah, if you want to check him out, you can. He's a good buddy of mine from North Carolina. He came to South Carolina for the Joy Prom, but he's also a very busy guy with Innova Discs. So he's kind of a Innova Disc golfer. So he's not just a DJ; he's also an employee at Innova Discs. So he's he's pretty much busy from DJing to working at Innova Discs, which is disc golf, which is like frisbees throwing into a goal. But yeah, he's a good buddy of mine who I met 5 years ago. I guess he was one of the first DJs I personally met. I've never met any too many DJs. Let me see if I can find it here. It must be under March because it was probably a March when it was a March gig, March event. Yeah, it was during St. Patrick's Day. I do a lot of DJing at my local event. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's cool. That's really neat. I mean, that's really neat that you're doing DJing at a Veterans Administration hospital. That's really cool. Love donating my time for them. I bet. See, I actually do some type of serving. I actually go to these churches around South Carolina and I DJ for them, especially Dominion Church. Yeah, especially Dominion Church in yeah, especially Dominion Church in Florence, actually Darlington, South Carolina. You just got another like on your Facebook page. Okay, I guess I'll check that out. DJ Mikey Mike. Okay, accepted your invite to like DJ Cool. Yeah, Cool Thing Entertainment. Okay, so we're getting very close to Joy Prom pictures. I must have passed it already. Okay, so this was 2018. Okay. Here's a picture of me and DJ Heck Yeah. Oh yeah, two DJs, DJ Cool Thing and DJ Heck Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But I guess we might as well go to 2019 and see we had a Joy Prom that year. Oh, yes. I remember this. Oh man. I remember this. This is my first ever Adventure Beach gig. This is when I first started as a DJ. Oh man. June 28, 2018. That was the day I got my Newmark Party Mix. It was waiting for me at my house, and when I got back from church. Holy smokes! Has it been 3 years already? Man, I mean, I've come a long way since then. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It'll bring me lots of gigs and also do me some good doing some serving, not just at Beach Church, which is my local church where I go to every single Sunday. Let me see. Ugh. Let me see if I can find that picture. Because I know I have a picture of me and another DJ who DJ'd my Joy Prom a couple of years ago, right before COVID started. And We'll see what we got here. His name was DJ Hubble or Hubble or how do you say his name? But he's actually a local. They're actually a local company, Hubble Entertainment. I guess it's not just them. Okay, we're still in the 2018 pictures. Let me see here. Okay, so we're in March 2019. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, there's me and DJ Hubble, or how do you say his name? So I got to meet him. He actually uses Tractor, I think. Yeah, I think he uses Tractor. I mean, he's a nice DJ. I met him a couple of years ago on March 30th, 2019. And I think he has a Facebook page as well. Hubble Entertainment. That's how you spell it. Yeah, there we go. Hubble Entertainment. You've come a long way just in the last few months. I'm proud of you. Being in the business, I met a lot of nice DJs that a lot are just in for the money. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Myrtle Beach. Wow. Says over the last 20 years experience as mobile and club disc jockeys, wedding special events, parties, corporate events, reunions, charity events, birthday parties, birthday, school dances, etc. Wedding, okay, so okay. That's their description. Is that over there? Oh, so they've been in business for 20 years. Hubble Entertainment, which is spelled Hubbell. They actually came to my church a couple of years ago before this virus hit. See, we were going to have a Joy Prom last year because of the virus, we couldn't been able to DJ this event. So I've met this DJ. I got to go up on that stage and he showed me his controller. He showed me his DJ software. He just showed me his entire setup. I was impressed. Really, really impressed. And the lights that they used were basically the stage lights that we use at our church, which are the park cans, our built-in lighting system. So I mean, he only brought his audio stuff. So, yeah. So that's the second DJ I've met in 5 years. 5 years. It's crazy. But yeah, that's the second DJ I've met in my local area. So I guess if he wants to hang out, whenever he's not working, I guess he'll just say the word. And he'll let me know. But it'd be nice to co-DJ beside him. Maybe do a set. Maybe he can do a set. But I think they're just a big old entertainment company out, here in Myrtle Beach. And let me tell you, the prices that they pay are just crazy and ridiculous. But, they've been at it for 20 years. They've built their company into an empire, almost a local big DJ entertainment company. I mean, Cool Thing Entertainment is just getting started. As you can see from the lights, because that's what we're talking about. That's what this whole discussion is all about. The largest crowd I played for was 3,000 people. Yeah, for me, I can't remember, what my biggest crowd was. I can't remember what my biggest crowd was. So I just can't remember what my largest crowd was compared to today. So with Cool Thing Entertainment, we're just scratching the surface with the setup and just making it semi-pro. so I can look presentable. So I am so glad I got the Rock Par 50s along with the Rock Force 384. It's going to help me better control my lighting, so I have to go back and forth. Because I actually remember back in October, I had to run back and forth to my lighting to change the color, change the different modes using just the one remote. And that was kind of a pain, having to go back and forth between the lighting system on one end of the setup and, going back to my controller. Let me show you guys the controller. Here is the controller. This is the Rock Force 384. As you can see there, this is going to better control my lighting right from the table, so I have to keep running back and forth. But it's a really good mix. It's a good board. It's got 384 channels. Wow, 384 channels. That's insane. That's why it's called the Rock Force 384, because there's 384 channels. It's a 384 channel DMX lighting controller, which is insane. But it's a good start, into DMX, and then pretty soon, move up to the iPad and use like a virtual DMX system, where you control everything from the iPad. But we're taking one step at a time. This is a good starter into DMX. And then pretty soon, my upgrade to wireless DMX and control it with an Airstream DMX bridge. Well, sir, I'm going to head out. Keep up the great work. I sure will. And be sure to be on the lookout for some more videos coming up all about my lighting system, like the unboxing the DMX cables, the 8th par can, which is the replacement for the broken one, the lighting stands, the demonstration, the DJ setup tour for my own setup and what it looks like with my new lighting system, how to DMX, like a step-by-step on how to DMX, and all that kind of good stuff. So DJ Reflex, what's up, my man? What is up? So you missed a good discussion with me and DJ Mikey Mike. He's a really awesome DJ, very helpful, very supportive. So not much, just talking about lighting. So this is the Rock Force 384. It's a DMX lighting controller, as you probably see here, with 384 channels. It's not too bad, with let me see, 16 up faders and different buttons, and it's very versatile. It's got a lot of features to it that can better control my lighting instead of having to use a remote, which that was pretty good until I got into DMX. And there's like 384 different channels on here, which I think is insane. So I'll be able to show you guys how to DMX the Rock Force 384 with the Rock Par 50s, with the DMX cables. See, all of that will come once we get the last couple of pieces of things that we need for the lighting system, which is my DMX cables and the replacement par, and then we'll be good to go. And we'll show you guys how to DMX. And then, of course, the end of the series is basically a setup tour of what my setup looks like with the pars, which are the Rock Par 50s with this Rock Force 384 controller, and using the stands, using the DMX cables to link them all together, and use this entire mixing board, or this board here to to create amazing lighting scenes, especially when I do weddings, first dance, slow dance, upbeat dances with the speed, bringing up fast when it's like a really high energy song, which is basically 130 beats per minute and up. That is where we'll turn up the speed of our little chases here. There's also a blackout. If I want to do a blackout, bank up, bank down, program, MIDI/add, auto/delete. I mean, it's just it's an amazing, easy to use controller for the lighting. and we'll see which knobs do what, and we'll come up with some different, combinations, if you will, like create different chases, turn up the speed, create different scenes. You can go up to 8 different, you can go up to 8 scenes, 24, you can go up to 24, there's 24 scanners, and of course 8 different scenes, which I think is crazy. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that we can do with the DMX cables, link them up together. Okay, so we got to figure out which one's the DMX out, which one's the DMX in. Okay, so we have to learn how to connect everything. Wow, it's not bad. It's not a bad controller for controlling lights. And with this DMX controller, oh man, just imagine the possibilities of creating these different scenes. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait to use this thing and create different combinations of, create a really nice light show for my weddings, my school events, when we get back to those after the virus is done and over with, once we get back to the new normal. And, once we get back to reality, we can start doing school events. We can do, continue doing weddings, doing church events. Oh man, the possibilities are endless. Like, holy smokes. With 384 channels to choose from, it's crazy. So we're going to create a much, so we definitely got to do, wow, Rock Force 384 DMX controller. As you can see here, the light is connected with USB. Plug it in, like so, in the back here, and it lights up the entire system, especially when it's dark. I can see the controller. I can see where I'm, what I'm doing. So we definitely got to figure out the combination for red, green, blue, all the different colors with these different, knobs here, and see what they do. And we can set these different scenes based on, setting the faders. It's going to be an awesome time using this DMX board. I'm actually going to put it away. But yeah, it's a nice piece of equipment. It's a really nice piece of equipment. But yeah, it's going to be amazing getting everything I need for my lighting system and get ready for the first ever wedding of 2021 on May 23rd at a place called the Blessed Barn. And the Blessed Barn is a rustic feel, so I have to incorporate that somehow in my light shows. We'll have to do some slow dances in between. We'll have to do some upbeat country songs, as the client wants. They want country music, so I'm going to do country music. And that's basically my most requested genre, is country, especially for my first couple of weddings. My friend Brooke and, her husband Adam wanted country, as well as a little bit of pop and a little bit in between. But we'll see what my friend Brandon wants for his wedding. I know he wants country, but I don't know if he wants any other genre but country. Or maybe just play country and wait for the first ever song request and see what they want to hear. I mean, it's a rustic type of feel, so they're gonna have a rustic themed wedding. So country music is definitely perfect for that theme of wedding. So it's going to be like at a farm type of thing, but it's mostly a wedding venue. It's called the Blessed Barn. So yeah, it's basically a barn, if you will. The Blessed Barn. I'm going to show you what it actually looks like. If you missed it before. If you missed it before, this is what it looks like. The Blessed Barn. It's actually 20 to 30 minutes from my house, which is not too bad. You know, get there by a certain time, set up by a certain time, get ready by a certain time. We definitely got to leave 20 to 30 minutes ahead of time, and we'll have to figure out when to leave and what time to set up, what time to get ready for the ceremony, which most of the time it's mostly outside. Some of them are inside. Who knows? But we'll see when we get there, especially with the rehearsal the day before, which is March 22nd. Yeah, March 22nd is probably the rehearsal, with the rehearsal dinner. So I'll be able to rehearse with the bride and the groom, play music like I did with Brooke and Adam. So it's be very similar, but we're going to figure out where we'll be setting up, where we, where we'll be setting up, if it's going to be inside or outside, depending on what the weather's going to be like. We'll have to be underneath an awning, or else I'll be screwed, especially when it comes to the software. I have to be inside. I have to be inside the barn, or else my computer's going to freeze, being so hot, because it's going to be late May into June. So it's going to be late spring, early summer. So it's just going to be awful. I'm going to be inside the barn at all times, especially for reception. And then we'll do the introductions. We'll practice that. We'll do, we'll practice our introductions and all that kind of stuff beforehand. We'll be in the man cave with my SR2 Serato DJ Pro. Hopefully by this wedding we'll have version 2.5 ready to go, so we don't have any software glitches or whatever with the SR2. But I guess we could get we can get the SR2 replaced before May. Since it's pretty much our downtime, we can go to Guitar Center and get that, SR2 replaced. We'll have to find a time to actually go to Guitar Center and get it replaced. And beside the SR2 is be the Rock Force 384 controller. So we're going to create a nice system. And it's a good thing I kind of retired the Yamaha MG10 when I did. The Yamaha MG10 can be used for ceremonies, for future ceremonies, for when I want to plug in and have a nice sound come out of the speaker, like a balanced sound going from RCA to XLR. Maybe get like a battery-powered PA speaker, hook it up to the Yamaha MG10. That's if I'm at a venue where it has an outlet, but most of the time, it's not. Especially when it comes to my first, based on my first ever wedding, we were over by a pond, and we didn't have anything that was battery powered except for my computer, the Monster Audio Rock and Roll 3 tailgater speaker. So basically, my secondary setup was my ceremony rig. Which, if you want to check that out, make sure you go to my YouTube channel. And you can look all the way down at, just type in ceremony setup, or ceremony setup. Let's see what the name of it is actually called. So we'll go to my YouTube channel. So I actually want to thank everyone for subscribing, hit the notification bell, for getting me to 380 subscribers. Yeah. 380 subscribers. That's insane. So for this channel, the video, we'll have to go all the way down to my first ever wedding, and the day after the wedding, we did a tour of my ceremony rig. It's called Ceremony Setup /Tour. Yep, it's actually called Ceremony Setup Tour, and how I have it connected and the future of the setup. Yeah, so the actual name is Ceremony Setup Tour, and how I have it connected in the future of the setup in 2021. Basically for future weddings here in 2021. And then maybe work on getting a smaller PA speaker that's battery powered. Something that's very similar to the Bose S1, where it's battery powered. I can connect my MG10 to it and just have more versatility. Have more versatility over the sound and have a louder sound. Maybe use the Ultimate Support TS1B. Since we're pretty much going to be using the RV LS1 stands as speaker stands / lighting stands, if there's any holes on the bottom. If not, then we're forced to use the T-bar at all times. So we'll have to figure out the setup and what it's going to look like with my new lighting system. So with that said, I've been streaming for an hour and a half, so it's time to call it a night. I need to take a shower and maybe download some new tunes off of BPM Supreme. Till next time, your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment out. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and the notification bell so you get notified when I upload a brand new video or when I go live, because I'll be doing some live videos just to keep the channel alive and just have something to have on here. And we can just talk, we can have a conversation here in the live chat. So hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bells to get notified every time I upload a brand new video or when I go live. Till next time, your boy DJ Cool Thing from Cool Thing Entertainment out. Peace.